Hello students, welcome to the third session of Group 15 Elements. In this session we'll discuss about nitrogen and its compound. Before beginning, let us start with a beautiful thought. It states that if you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. Again, I repeat, if you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. So let us start to live in the present. In this session, we'll discuss about the preparation, properties and uses of nitrogen and its compound like ammonia. We'll also look into the preparation and properties of oxides of nitrogen. Okay. Dinitrogen was discovered by Daniel Rutherford in the year 1772. In the laboratory, it can be prepared by heating an aqueous solution of ammonium chloride and sodium nitrate. Initially unstable ammonium nitrate is formed, which on heating gives dinitrogen. You should always remember that it is sodium nitrite NaNO2 that is used. If instead of NaNO2 you use NaNO3, that is sodium nitrate, then you will get nitrous oxide. So very small thing to remember but very significant one. I hope you'll keep that in your mind. So on treating ammonium chloride with sodium nitrite, dinitrogen is obtained. It can also be obtained by thermal decomposition of ammonium dichromate. This is quite a violent reaction, and this reaction you might have seen in some of your science exhibitions where they try to demonstrate the chemical volcano. This reaction is accomplished with flashes of light, so it resembles like a chemical volcano. So decomposition of ammonium dichromate, you'll get dinitrogen. A very pure nitrogen can be obtained by heating barium azide. So these are the three laboratory methods for the preparation of dinitrogen. But on a large scale, that is at an industrial level, since 80% by volume of air consists of dinitrogen, therefore the dinitrogen can be easily prepared by fractional distillation of liquefied air. The boiling point of nitrogen is 77 Kelvin and oxygen is 90 Kelvin. So these are the two major gases that are present in the atmospheric air. Therefore, both of these can be actually obtained by fractional distillation of liquefied air. The nitrogen distills out, leaving behind the oxygen. So we can separate nitrogen and oxygen by fractional distillation. Regarding the physical properties of nitrogen, nitrogen is a colorless, odorless, tasteless and a non-toxic gas. It is lighter than air. You can say it is neither combustible nor does it support combustion. It is a very inert gas at room temperature. It is due to high bond enthalpy. It has got a triple bond between itself. As far as chemical properties are concerned, with highly electropositive metal, it forms nitrides. The examples are lithium nitride and magnesium nitride. You also know that with hydrogen, it will form ammonia. All these are direct reactions. And during lightning, nitric oxide is formed in the atmosphere. What are the uses of dinitrogen? It is used to provide an inert atmosphere during industrial and metallurgical operation, particularly during the heat treatment. The ferrous and non-ferrous metals. Ferrous means iron, steel, etc. And other metals are non-ferrous metals. They tend to get oxidized due to the presence of oxygen. So usually during the heat treatments, it is done in the presence of nitrogen, which will reduce the tendency to get oxidized. Then in the manufacture of ammonia, Haber's process that you know already, and in those countries where the electrical energy is very cheap, the nitric acid is manufactured from nitrogen, and the method is known as Birkelandy's process. In the manufacture of calcium cyanamide, which is a very good fertilizer, or which when hydrolyzed in soil becomes urea and ammonium carbonate, it's a very good fertilizer, is manufactured from nitrogen. The nitrogen, being non-toxic, can be used as a refrigerant to preserve biological material as well as food items. When another usage of nitrogen is in cryosurgery. Cryosurgery is the process of using liquefied, extremely cold nitrogen, which freezes and destroys the abnormal malignant tissue, usually on the surface of the skin. So these are some of the uses of dinitrogen. Now let us look into the preparation, properties and uses of ammonia. First, let us look into the structure. Ammonia has got sp3 hybridization, 3 bond pairs, 1 lone pair, with a bond angle of 107 degrees. The ammonia is formed by decomposition of nitrogenous organic matter such as urea, which on hydrolysis forms ammonium carbonate, which decomposes into ammonia and carbon dioxide. In laboratory, the ammonia can be obtained by treating the ammonium salt with caustic soda or slaked lime. Your caustic soda is sodium hydroxide and slaked lime is calcium hydroxide. This is also one of the methods of identification of ammonia in your analysis of salt. But on large scale, that is industrially, the ammonia is manufactured by Haber's process. And for the maximum yield of ammonia, according to Le Chatelier principle, we use a high pressure of about 200 atmosphere, an optimum temperature of 773 Kelvin, in the presence of a catalyst such as iron oxide with small amount of potassium oxide and aluminum oxide in order to increase the rate of the reaction. Now let us look into the physical properties of ammonia. Ammonia is a colorless gas with a pungent odor. Its freezing point and boiling point are 198.4 and 239.7 Kelvin respectively. In the solid and the liquid state, it is associated through intermolecular hydrogen bonds. Due to intermolecular hydrogen bonding, it has got higher melting as well as boiling point than expected on the basis of its molecular mass. The structure of ammonia is trigonal pyramidal with the nitrogen atom at the apex. We have already discussed it has got 3 bond pair, 1 lone pair in the structure and is having an sp3 hybridization. The bond angle is reduced due to the presence of lone pair of electron and is 107 degrees. It is highly soluble in water and its aqueous solution is weakly basic due to the formation of OH- ions. Now coming to the chemical property, it forms ammonium salt with acid. For example, with hydrochloric acid it will form ammonium chloride. With sulfuric acid it will form ammonium sulfate. With nitric acid it will form ammonium nitrate. As a weak base, it precipitates the hydroxides of many metals from their salt solution. These reactions are used for the identification of various metals in the salt analysis. For example, with zinc, it will react to form zinc hydroxide. With iron, it forms Fe2O3XH2O, which is a brown precipitate. Due to the presence of lone pair of electrons on the nitrogen atom, the ammonia molecule behaves as a Lewis base. It donates its electron pair to form linkage with metal ions, thereby forming complex compound. For example, it forms a complex with Cu2 plus ions to form a deep blue complex. Silver chloride dissolves in ammonia due to the formation of the silver complex, which is actually colorless. Now let us look into what are the uses of ammonia. Ammonia is used for the production of various ammonium fertilizers such as ammonium sulfate, ammonium phosphate, ammonium nitrate, urea, etc. Liquid ammonia is also used as a refrigerant, particularly in the ice factories. Ammonia is used for the manufacture of nitric acid by Ostwald's process. Ammonia is used for the manufacture of sodium carbonate by Solvay's process that you have studied in your 11th standard. And the ammonia is used as a laboratory reagent. The nitrogen, due to its small size and the ability to form p-pi bonding, forms a number of oxides with oxidation number between +1 to +5. These are nitrous oxide, nitric oxide, dinitrogen trioxide, nitrogen dioxide, and its dimer, dinitrogen tetroxide, and dinitrogen pentoxide. Among these, the first two, that is nitrous oxide and nitric oxides, are neutral, while other 3 oxides are purely acidic, that we have seen in the chemical property, that as the oxidation number increases, the covalent character as well as the acidic nature increases. Nitrous oxide, which is also known as laughing gas, it is prepared by heating ammonium nitrate. The nitrous oxide is obtained. It is a linear molecule coming to the second oxide, that is nitric oxide. In the nature, the nitric oxide is formed during lightning at about 2000 Kelvin. But in the laboratory, the nitric oxide can be prepared by the action of copper on dilute nitric acid. In nitric oxide, the nitrogen atom is in +2 oxidation state. It is a colorless gas and is paramagnetic. The electronic structure of nitric oxide is interesting because the molecule has 11 valency electrons, 5 due to nitrogen and 6 due to oxygen. Therefore, the nitric oxide molecules contain an odd electron, which makes it paramagnetic. In the liquid as well as solid state, the nitric oxide polymerizes to a dimer, which is diamagnetic. Coming to the third oxide, that is dinitrogen trioxide. It is a bluish solid, and on heating it dissociates into nitric oxide and nitrogen dioxide, that is above 250 Kelvin. In dinitrogen trioxide, the oxidation state of nitrogen is +3, and it can be easily prepared by cooling a mixture of nitric oxide and nitrogen dioxide below 250 Kelvin. Nitrogen dioxide, that is our next oxide. Nitrogen dioxide can be prepared by heating lead nitrate at about 673 Kelvin. In nitrogen dioxide, the nitrogen is in +4 oxidation state. Nitrogen dioxide is a brown gas which dimerizes reversibly into dinitrogen tetroxide, that is N2O4. So dimer of N2 is N2O4, and this dimerization is reversible, that is NO2 on cooling dimerizes to N2O4, whereas N2O4 on heating again reverses into NO2. Nitrogen dioxide molecules have 17 electrons in the valency shell, 5 due to nitrogen and 12 due to oxygen atom. Just like nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide molecule also contain an odd number of electrons. Hence, it is paramagnetic in nature. Therefore, nitrogen dioxide also dimerizes. The reason why nitrogen dioxide dimerizes is due to the presence of odd electron. Coming to the last, that is dinitrogen pentoxide. It is prepared by dehydration of concentrated nitric acid with P2O5. That is, P2O5 is a dehydrating agent. If you take 2 molecules of nitric acid and remove water from it, you get N2O5. Therefore, the N2O5 is known as N-hydride of nitric acid. That is, N2O5 is a compound that is formed by dehydrating nitric acid. Therefore, N2O5 is known as N-hydride of nitric acid. N2O5 is a colorless, easily sublimable ionic solid. In N2O5, the nitrogen is in +5 oxidation state. Okay? But remember, although nitrogen is in +5 oxidation state, but still the covalency of nitrogen is 4. This is a very important point. Okay? That's it.